and we moved here to West Orange when I was 6 years old. It was a small group of friends my age back then, and we were always very close. Mostly born in Poland. The term grina was frequently mentioned. Whatever words we're able to glean out from the friends' stories are always very cherished. My father being vice president here at Havas Achem, it was ingrained in me that that is something that is the norm, that is something you're supposed to do. Things that I've been involved with in the community, and now I'm seeing that my children also being involved in some of the shul activities. Always heard him singing on occasion, singing around the house, singing in the shower, and of course always look forward to the times when he was the chazan here in shul. In his usual stern voice, he would say, "Hey, Jeff, you better give me some chazanim for grandchildren." He was very proud to know that the kids were going to be davening and singing in the choir. All three of the boys, Perry, Ariel, and Yonatan, participated in the shul choir, and I was always very proud to sit here and listen to them and think of my father and his davening at those times. When I got engaged to Chagit and we were deciding where we would live, I did not think at all that she would want to come back and live here in West Orange. There's a lot of Raskins here. Hey, why don't we just move to West Orange? We were coming here to West Orange for Shabbos at that time. She was seeing, I think, how nice the community was. There are a number of deja vu moments that occur on Shabbos afternoon to go out and hanging out with their friends. It really brings me back exactly what I used to do when I was here. Every Shabbos we would get together with my friends. To see my children doing the same thing really brings me back to my time in West Orange.
After Herbie was born, we moved to Orange. Then Jeffrey was born there and Bobby was born there. People would go and daven, which was an animal hospital. They had a rabbi already. By the time we moved here, it was Simcha Kon. It was beginning to be a community. In 1967, we did move to Pleasantdale on Curtis Avenue, which is only a block away from this shul. The community decided that we're buying the church. Irving and a neighbor went and they removed the cross. When Bobby was born, and we hardly made a minyan for her naming. Also helping in the kitchen, for the kiddushes. Being a Holocaust survivor, I was always conscious of my accent. And I said, Bernita, I'll be glad to be president with you, but you have to do all the speeches. Lori, I have something very exciting to tell you. I got a wonderful job. I said, great. And she says, there's only one little problem. I have to work Monday nights. So I said, how are you going to work Monday nights? You have to run the meetings. Well, guess who ran most of the meetings? Bernita, of course, did a lot of work and most of the work, but me with my accent ran the meetings. I have to say that the biggest pleasure I have in life is having my children here near me and my grandchildren. I remember Bobby graduating nursery school and Rabbi Marcus giving her diploma. Melissa, with Rabbi Marcus presenting her diploma from nursery school, especially someone that was born in Europe that really didn't have a home until we got to the United States. And this is my home, this is my country. Irving was very involved in the shul. He was involved at Hillel, the school the children went to. He was one of the builders of the mikvah. I remember the mason calling every morning while the mikvah was going up, and he was always welcoming new people that came to shul.
My father had 3 brothers and a sister, and they would come summers to the country, to Goldman's Caterers. They always said one day when they had a little money, they would try to settle somewhere near here. So my father and my Uncle Paul and my Uncle Morris and my Uncle Dave, they scrapped together whatever money they had, and they bought a house on Marie Terrace, which is right up the street from Goldman's Caterers, and the brothers were single then. So they lived with my grandmother. Eventually my father and my mother ended up off of Pleasant Valley Way on Curtis Avenue.
Bobby and I met in Disney World on Space Mountain. We were on YU and Stern break together. The first real community that we moved to was West Orange. We moved here mainly because Bobby's parents were here, and then it just really grew on us, and we never left.
It was impossible to get a minion. People would call our house at all hours to get a minion. It was a very small group, but it was a lot of fun. We had each other, and we were a great bunch. There are tons of kids. There's Joseph Kushner Hebrew Academy, which is right here. Our children have many peers their age, which is really a nice thing to have. And we encourage young couples to come and stay with us for Shabbos to see what a vibrant, energetic community it is. Park on Shabbos today is filled with yarmulkes. It's a very exciting place to be today. We have 3 places that are kosher. We have the baker, we have Chinese, we have Reuven's.
We would want our children to live here. As Bobby said, we've been involved with trying to encourage our friends that have married children to move here, to try to bring them here. I think it's a fantastic place to grow up. Our children have had a really, I think, special, unbelievable upbringing in West Orange, and we'd be very proud if they moved here.
It's really one big family here. I feel like when my kids go anywhere, they find a friend. There's 280. I remember when they blew up, the roads to make 280.
We talked about the connection between a core group of Holocaust survivors and as being part of the founding families here. And interestingly enough, Kushner was founded in 1942. As proud as we could be about the formation of this shul and now other shuls, I think we can really feel the same way about the school. And the school really today is the source of many of the teachers and administrators. Most of the children in this community attend Kushner, and many of the volunteers and past presidents and lay leaders have come from West Orange. In a broader way, it's not just the borders of West Orange per se, but it's really the greater area, surrounding areas that also includes the school. And thinking about us in that way, I think, is just a much broader perspective.